Previously on Famulus.
It's important to know that we are not like rubber stamp, static, something made like that. No, see how the butterfly started, and so know that your life is like that. You will be a larva at a point. At another point, you'll be in that cocoon, and at another point, you are that beautiful butterfly flying.
Auntie, when I was stressing over this in the past, I didn't know that it was just the fate. Like you're going through it. It's a process. It's life. At some point, when you thought, "Oh my God, it's gonna be like this forever," you're gonna get through it.
How are you defining yourselves today?
Okay.
Who wants to start? How are you defining yourselves today? Who would you say that you are?
So, I'm just a little woman. And when I say woman, you see, we have the womb, we're at birthday, and we see the further areas that our men don't usually look at, and we make it complete. And so, in every house, if the mother is not at home, you definitely will see certain things amiss.
And what I say to that is that we're the neck.
Yeah.
The man
Everything
is
revolves
the head.
around it.
Exactly. The man is the head, whatever that interpretation is in your space. Because I think within every home
You
has
need
a
to
different.
define it.
Yes.
Yeah.
One is not better than the other. But we are the neck. So even if the man is the head, we need to claim that power. We need to claim who we are. Because when you wake up and you sleep on the wrong side of the bed, on the pillow, and you wake up and you have a stiff neck, when your neck is not moving, the head ain't moving. To just add to what you're saying, that we need to teach our young ladies, we ourselves need to realize that we are the neck. So our role within our families, in the organizations, wherever we find ourselves, is just as important. We're not better than anyone. Neither is anyone better than us. You need the two. And we need to start teaching the young ladies especially, and the young men.
We are a very necessary part of wherever we find ourselves. And we should not be intimidated to speak out. We should not be intimidated to bring the little addition that we feel we should bring. No matter how small it is, know that is why you are there. And for me, that is how I see myself. So in whatever space I am, what else can I add to make things better? What else is lacking? How can we make it better? How can we move forward? I mean, the whole world is moving. It's revolving. And so that is me. And I love being with
you. Touch base on the purpose as well. So what I hear you say is that wherever you find yourself, you ask yourself, what's my purpose here right now? And then in that you provide it.
That's right.
I like it.
I think, where do I see myself? I see myself as somebody who's evolved. I feel like I've gone full circle. And I say that because when you sent me the text, I started to think. And I believe that even as young as 7, I believe 7 years special. I believe that I was destined to know. And that image is in my head. I grew up in North Central Kumasi, and we used to run around the yard, and it's not the same place it is now. But even then, I remember people followed me. Until I had that, and then life happened. I left Ghana when I was 9, 10 to the UK.
That was very
and
early.
I was then you not interested straight on the plane. I didn't stop in for 1 year before I left.
Okay.
So you can imagine Mamprobi, then back to Kumasi, then on the plane straight.
Mamprobi was the last the cottage.
For me, then you get there, and then a rude awakening. And I had some not so pleasant experiences when I lived in Ghana, but I was happy. What I say? And so then you go to a brochure, then all of a sudden you're this African kid. You have an accent. It wasn't the times that now Africa, the whole world is looking at Africa. all our kids, everybody's proud to be African. You have African Americans who proud to be Africans. You have the white people trying to be African.
Talking about accents, I tell them, like, it's like you're all singing. So yes, I have an accent, but you also have one. Because yours is like singing, and mine is like breaking it.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I remember when I first got there, and then one class, white boy used to talk about Tarzan. Did you know Tarzan? I mean, Tarzan. I don't know anything about it. So initially, I didn't even know what this boy was talking about. But then when I found out that, he's trying to be slick. Now he's trying to insult me, I confronted him. I remember that was my first fight that I make. I didn't know head to head, to what I said. But then life happens, and then, so then the thing about your skin color comes in. Oh, you're pretty for a dark-skinned girl. Then you start questioning yourself. Then you're growing up, and all the men are gravitating to the light-skinned girls. Then you're questioning your self-worth. Then you go into a school, maybe people have things that you don't have. You understand? Then you come, I didn't grow up, I grew up in a single family. My father wasn't there, right? You don't know, and I always say, a woman's first love is her father.
Yeah.
If your father tells you you're worthy, that sets the stage for the type of relationship and how you view yourself in a man. So you're worthy because my dad has told me Miobi.
He's giving you the hard.
What you're saying, he's loved you, so you know that you're worthy to be loved by a man. I never had that. So when you start a relationship, you don't even know how to act.
That's a very important point, though, for this particular conversation and the young people, because I think that especially with the single families, a lot of people are coming out, even with the double families now. We're not, and they'll tell you it's an African thing, but we're not letting our children know that they're worthy, that we love them enough, that they're enough. So as you're saying, they come into other people's spaces, and now they begin to question themselves. Then the anxieties increases and the doubts increases. So I think it's important that within the spaces that we have, we're taking the time to let people know that they are important.
They're important, because that's how you build it.
Yeah, right? one thing that for me, when it comes to worth, was very important. I got born again when I was 13. And at that time, my parents had separated. And so I was kind of in the middle. I mean, at the beginning, at the very early stages of separation, the parents fight over the children. Like everybody wants to, I'll do the other. But after some years, when you go to this one, they go to that one. When you go to the other one, they go to further. So I was in that kind of mist when I got born again. So God became my father, mother, and everything. And I had that secret place with him. So it's like, if the one who made me, the God whose power is above every power on earth, is now my friend, Charlie, then I'm no small person. And so that limitation was out of my dictionary. And I faced the world with that head on, that I survived. Look, there were millions of sperms when my father released.
But you came.
I fertilized that egg. So that alone tells me I'm a survivor.
Yeah,
and so that
even before you started.
I was the last, 7 among 7.
Wow. Oh, okay.
And so, the left, you get the smallest one. But look, I made do with whatever. And it's important when you have that assurance that, look, you are not alone. You were made because you have something to contribute to planet Earth. See it like that. Because otherwise, rich people die. I mean, knowledgeable people go away, but you are still alive. So it means there's something that you are worth to do. That's why you are here.
And I think that's ultimately that's what we want everybody to feel. But because all our paths are different, me, I just arrived when I came. You are 30, you got it. From your circumstances, some people are still going through.
Exactly.
That's why for me the importance of mentoring, the importance of sharing, the importance of these such conversations. Because some people don't have anyone. They don't even know to not to cut you. They don't even know to start that these things. Or when you say it, it's easy for you to say.
So
sorry.
Or they feel you're too far.
Too far.
Getting born again at 13, as if life, everything will be fine. I mean, you have God with you, so you don't feel nothing. My first shock came when in the secondary school we were to go and play football, though women, but to play football with another house. And I felt because I know God, we will win. Because
So that you don't need to act.
you listen now, we got to the field. My leg never touched the football. I ran from north. They scored us too. I think it was Jatua House. And when it's like, God, why? It's like, no, you have to go by the rules. You need to study to know the game football. You don't just march to the field and say you know God, so you will win.
I'm glad you brought that.
I was going to add to it.
Yeah,
Go ahead. You say it, because let me see if we're on the same page. Because I have something to say on
especially
this.
in our parts of the world where we pray before we start
God.
everything, we
Yeah.
do everything. People take it for granted that there has to be an action. Everything must come, and we forget that when the manna pours, you have to go and collect it.
That's it.
And see, it's a very important. I'm glad you added that, because somebody will sit and say, oh, let me just pray and let me do a born again thing, and I'm born again maybe in my
Sure.
phone.
All
And
night.
I
know, right?
Sunday.
in those days, the women
So it has
in the
its
industry,
place, but
like we had Asabia Croppers, the Na Manuels, the Lady Chalates, and it's like even the industry. I mean, you would have music, and then they would add one yaminyum, and so recording like full gospel album was not existent. There was one Sweet Talks album that had a medley, with A.B. Crenshaw. So when the Mary Gansers, the Tanya Mitchells, the Tego Sisters, Daughters, Juliet Samuels, I'm mentioning those who recorded before I did. And when I heard, it was like, wow, I can do it.
Thank you all so much. Thank you all. Thank you both
Thank
very,
you,
very much.
Thank you.
Next on Famulus.
So is marriage still, I don't know if I'm
Go
over ahead.
ahead. No, is marriage still relevant?
I thought about it. Is it the question that you need, is it relevant to me?
Exactly.
Because you talked about the narrative.
Yeah.
What is your narrative?
Exactly.
What have you defined your narrative to be? Is marriage relevant to you? If it is to you, then you go about what you need to do is it just be married?
What do you think marriage is? Because people give different kinds of interpretation to marriage, but the marriage itself.
Exactly. You have to define it for you.
Yeah.